Hey, downtimers. I've been thinking here lately, I haven't had a diversion in a long time. I've been doing a lot of crafting videos, which I know that's why you guys come to the channel. But I like to stop every now and then and just talk a little bit about what's going on. And I realized I haven't really talked much about why I'm doing this and where I'm coming from. So I've been at this with the YouTube channel for about 7 months now. It's been a lot of fun. It really has. It's been pretty demanding because of what I'm trying to do, but it really has been a lot of fun. It's been a lot more fun than I thought it would be, really. And I appreciate all the feedback. I appreciate the shares. I appreciate you guys commenting through social media and the YouTube channel and different things. And then, you know, I only have what, 65, 63 subscribers, I think. So I haven't even reached 100 yet. So, but it really helps me to see what you guys think and what you guys are interested in and what you guys want to see more of. Because, you know, I can do all sorts of stuff. I only video about half what I do with the crafting and the gaming. But if you guys let me know what you're interested in, I can start videoing more of that stuff. But I do video typically according to what we're going through in our campaign, right? So we're going through an icy landscape now. We're actually getting ready for like an icy cavern. I'm working on some terrain for that, and I'm gonna have some videos up real soon about that. I've actually already had a couple videos with the ice prison. I really appreciate you guys. There's a lot of good feedback about that. That actually might be one of my more popular videos. So I was really excited to see you guys, you know, appreciate that and get into that and think that that's a cool idea. Back to why I'm doing this, okay? That's what it's about to me. It's about giving back to the community. It's about having communication and conversation about these things, and me learning as I go, and you know, you guys are along for the ride too, right? So this is an adventure for me, adventure in crafting and YouTube channel, right? Hosting a YouTube channel and being a content creator. I've never done anything like this before. Been crafting, been in art for decades, been in D&D style gaming, role-playing games for decades too, but never have done anything like this before. It's been a lot of fun. It's been an adventure, and I hope this adventure continues for a long time. But when I first started out with this, it was all about encouraging parents to spend more time with their children enjoying, you know, D&D gaming, right? Or you know, D&D-esque gaming. As you go along, your priorities change a little bit. But one of the very first goals actually I had was to do this for a year and see how it went. And actually it's been more successful than what I thought it would be. I've had more fun with it, and I think that comes across in what I'm doing with the DIY and the crafting videos and such. I think you guys see that I'm passionate about this. I'm having fun with it, but I kind of put a pretty strict schedule on myself. I'm trying to do a video a week. You know, I'm a dad, you know, and I'm a husband, and I'm very involved in tennis with my kids. And of course I got a full-time job. You know, lots of things, you know, going on in my life, and that make it difficult to spend. One video can be upwards of 10 to 15 hours. Part of the reason why it takes so long for me is because I'm fairly new to it. Plus, almost every video I do is an experiment. I'm very familiar with different types of crafting, but not what I've been doing for the most part on video. I do a lot of other crafting in the background for our game that you guys haven't seen, and I have a big reveal coming up pretty soon. So be sure to watch the videos coming up, and as soon as we're done with this ice cavern thing and all that, I'm probably gonna have time to put together some videos for the big reveal I have coming up soon for what I think is pretty cool stuff. I don't consider myself an artist. I consider myself a concept person. So to me, this is all about sharing concepts, and that's why you guys probably notice a lot of stuff I do is not, you know, very artsy. Well, for one, I don't invest the time in it like I would if I had the time to make it look a little bit better. But for two, I'm just trying to convey concepts. I'm just trying to convey ideas. If I want something to look awesome, and it's going to take 30 hours or 20 hours to make it look awesome, it's just not going to happen. What this really boils down to is, what can I do over the weekend that'll take me usually less than 3 or 4 hours to make, and it be interesting and decent enough to present in my channel. You know, I'm playing jazz here. This is not classical music. You know, I'm not working with, you know, a lot of the materials I work with, a lot of people, I've never seen people work with some of this stuff, grab it, you know, recyclable materials and stuff, and the whole trash to treasure thing, and converting a ping pong table into a gaming table. I've never seen people do stuff like that. So to me, it's experimental. And a lot of times I don't know if it's going to work. There's been times when I've invested literally 15, 20 hours in a video and I never released it because to me it just was flat. And then there's things that I've done literally, like with the gaming table thing. Ian and I spent probably not even 30 minutes doing that. And of course the editing took a lot longer. But total invested time, probably less than 6, 7 hours. And that's only because I think that's right when I was on the verge of a new editing software and trying to learn it. Real man hours, you're probably looking at probably 3 or 4. That's very low maintenance video there. That's one of my more popular videos. So, it's all jazz. I'm still trying to kind of feel out what you guys are interested in and what you guys consider more, a cooler idea than some of the stuff that maybe I consider cool. But it's always great to get the feedback, and that's what I'm trying to say. I mean, if you guys, comment, let me know what you think about certain things. And obviously, you're not going to like some stuff that I do. And if you don't like it, instead of a dislike, if you would, you don't have to give me a thumbs up, but just put in a comment and let me know what it is that bothered you about the video. And this is supposed to be talky, by the way. Part of the reason why I do this is because I feel like I'm communicating some ideas and what this is about. And then you guys don't have to see so much of the talking and the rambling whenever you look at my crafting videos. So just bear with me and let me work through this, and you guys, I think you'll appreciate what I'm trying to say, when it's all said and done, and then you'll really like it probably a lot better when I get back to just my hands in the camera, and just showing you guys what I'm doing with the crafting. I'm all about concepts. I'm all about try to do a video once a week and for 1 year and see how it turns out. And if you enjoy it, and if it's practical, and if there's actually some communication going on here, some feedback, it's just one big experiment over a year. Obviously, I plan on continuing this afterward, but I'm going to have a different schedule. I'm going to get more serious. I'm going to have to take more time for each project. And I'm still going to be playing jazzy, it's still going to be jazzy crafting. That's one thing I love about this is one day it's foam, the next day it's cardboard, the next day it's plastics, the next day it's glass, whatever, and that's what's, so much fun to me, cloth. You can use so many materials and so many techniques, and it's just literally, there's an infinite amount of things you can do in this. And that to me, it's art, right? That's what art is, an infinite amount of ways to express yourself. Well, and we're expressing ourselves through miniature gaming. The kids have enjoyed it. They love it when I'm bringing something new to the table, like almost every week. They're loving it. We've been gaming a lot. That's another thing. It's really difficult for me to game because I'm spending so much time crafting and doing the channel. But again, I've kind of put this schedule on myself that probably wasn't very wise. And so I might eventually kind of slack a little bit on that. Wanted to let you guys know what's going on. Wanted to explain what this is about. Yeah, after a year's time, I'm going to evaluate where this is, and no matter what, I'm going to keep doing it. Your feedback means a lot to me. So even if there's only 50 people that watch a video, if I get just a handful of people saying something about it, like, hey man, glad you told me what's up. I wonder why you were so weird. Or, hey, I like the concept and what you did there with the lighting or whatever. That really helps me to know that, okay, maybe I need to keep going down this route. Maybe I need to keep going with this topic, or maybe I just need to keep using this technique in the filming and in the explanation and the talking or in the presentation. Keep letting me know what you think. Keep the feedback coming, and please keep sharing. That's another thing. It's very difficult to get the word out when you have a new channel. And a lot of times I'm doing things that are so off the wall and so crazy, it really doesn't relate too well to anything that I've ever seen. For one reason or another, maybe I'm doing it for our particular game, or maybe I'm doing it just to see where it goes. Have some patience with me. Understand that all this stuff is experimental. Literally, I have spent hours before experimenting with different things, and it just flop. Nothing works out, and I'm like, okay, I've spent 5 hours and I still have nothing. It's kind of tough doing this, I'm not gonna lie. And then when you want to adhere to a schedule of one a week, and you literally have 5 hours on a Saturday to make this happen, I have tons of ideas. Man, I've got a million ideas, but I'll pick something that I think is gonna work, and it might not. And so then at the last hour of my free time, I'm scrambling to find something, you know, and I usually do. I usually find something and make something work. But so that's the reason why, you know, a lot of my videos is kind of back and forth. It's kind of crazy, you know, right? There's no real theme. That is the theme. The theme is, you know, experimental crafting for miniature gaming. That's really the theme that I'm doing now. And you'll see pretty soon, it's still going to have that underlying thing, but you're going to see me do more campaign-oriented things, I think. I'm going to start showing more of what I'm doing with the campaign stuff in our game. And then, of course, like I said, I got the big reveal coming up, and I'm going to be showing a lot of that. I know not everything's a success, not everything's a hit. I get that. If something really bothers you and you're like, you know, why did you do the hot glue like that? Next time, maybe try this. Yeah, if you could be nice about it, you know, constructive criticism is always welcome. You know, again, I'm new to all this, relatively new. I've been at it 7 months. I've recently got some new editing software, still trying to learn that. Old dogs, it's hard to teach old dogs new tricks, right? I'm kind of stumbling through this as I go. I'm just taking you guys along for the ride, and I hope you're enjoying it. I've had some people say, you know what, I like your sincerity. You know, I like your honesty. If anything, I'm honest. I'm going to be honest to a fault. That's probably my biggest flaw. I'm going to be just real honest with you guys and let you know, hey, here's what I'm doing. I know it sounds stupid, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's the way I am. I'm determined to a fault too. That's like this channel thing. I mean, a lot of people I think would have stopped doing this after 6 months and you're only at like 50 or 60 subs. I think a lot of people would have been deterred and disappointed. My goal when I started this wasn't I want to get 5 million subscribers or whatever. I mean, obviously this is a niche of a niche. So basically family-oriented crafting and gaming is a very small niche. This is more like a Mr. Rogers approach to what DM Scotty and everybody's been doing. Of course, DM Scotty is probably the closest thing you can get to the Mr. Rogers approach to this. But I like to think, you know, I'm kind of going along that same line there, you know, Mr. Rogers Jr. maybe, but a lot more focused towards gaming with kids and family-oriented gaming. You know, I stress that probably more than anybody, any other crafter or gamer out there that I've seen. It's a very limited audience, I think. So I knew that going into this. So I knew that, you know, I wouldn't have 100 subs in a few months. I'm really pleasantly surprised that I have more than 60 7 months in. Some of my videos have gotten, well, one in particular got, I think it's like 400 views, which is great. But obviously, again, it's the niche that's, I think, putting a lot of people off. Plus, I was a lot more talkative in my crafting videos back when I did that particular one. Gaming on the Cheap, #1 with the miniature gaming, or miniatures. And so I think that put a lot of people off too. So I've learned, and I'm learning as I go. And again, the comments and the compliments and all that helps me to understand where I'm hitting and where I'm missing. And I know a lot of people are like, why don't you introduce yourself? I'm David, but you can call me Downtime. You can call me Downtime Dad, whatever. It was kind of a joke, really, the whole Downtime Dad thing. But you know, it's really who I am in the crafting and gaming community. That's how people know me, not just from the channel, but by my attitude with family time, downtime. That is, you know, I believe in downtime. I really do. And if you've seen some of my previous Game Gab videos where I'm talking about how important downtime is and how therapeutic this type of gaming is, and crafting is therapeutic as well, and just all this stuff is so great, you know, obviously I believe in that. So that's how I came up with the name. My intro is real short, and part of the reason why I make my intros so short is because I really want to hurry up and cut to the chase. Let's get to the main course. The appetizers should be very short and sweet, or just short, maybe a salad. I'm just going to say, hey, downtimers, and then we're going to go into it. Well, part of the reason why I make those so short is because I know sooner or later I'm going to have one of these talkie videos, and then I'm going to be able to expound and explain and get a lot deeper in detail about what I'm doing and all this sort of thing. I've rambled way more than what I thought I would. I always do with these talkative videos. Please don't unsubscribe, because this is not what this channel is about. But I did want to explain a few things so you guys would understand why I do what I'm doing with the channel. And I will keep doing this no matter what. If I've got one person watching and they're enjoying it, I'm going to do this. Part of the reason why I do this is for my kids too. They watch the videos, they giggle at Goofy Daddy, you know, and all this stuff. It's a fun family thing to do too. Of course, I really love, you know, getting comments from people all over the nation, all over the world, different countries and stuff. That's crazy. So I am going to get more serious about the crafting when I feel like I have an opportunity to delve deeper. When you have 5 to 10 hours on a weekend to craft something and, you know, get it on video, edit, and have it ready for publishing, whatever you want to call it, for YouTube. It's very trying, you know, especially when a lot of this stuff is experimental that I'm doing. But as I've said, after this year's up, I'm going to have a different schedule. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work, but I do plan on getting a little more deeper, getting a little bit deeper with the crafting. Still probably experimental, you know, because that's really what I love. I really like the modular stuff. For one, I'm running out of space in my shed studio. I'm really embarrassed for you guys to see how this place looks. But one day one is probably going to take a week vacation to clean it up proper, and I'm just going to let you guys see my studio so you can understand, you know, why I film the way I do, why we game the way we do, and all this kind of stuff, where my crafting is. Most of my crafting is done. Actually, I have 2-3 different locations for my crafting. So a lot of stuff I do, it probably doesn't make much sense, but if I explain it, you guys will be like, oh, okay, that's the reason why he has his setup like that, or whatever. Got to factor in the family stuff and everything else. So, you know, sometimes I can't craft in the house because we have guests over. So I literally go out to the shed studio. It's pretty much my place, the man cave, right? And I can get my craft on for 5 hours or whatever, and the kids or relatives or friends or whatever stay out there unless they want to take a seat in here while I'm doing this, which is really awkward. I'm glad usually they don't choose to do that, but sometimes they do. But it's a lot of fun. This has been so much fun. And it's really meant a lot to me to be able to communicate and connect through this hobby. It's really meant a ton to me for people from all over the world to shoot me an email message, or, you know, a Facebook message. And by the way, speaking of meaning a lot and awesome people and great communication and great positive vibes, DM Scotty's Facebook group, if you guys are not a part of that group, you really need to be. That's how all this started for me. DM Scotty is like the biggest influence. I hate to be such a fanboy. DM Scotty, I really hope you watch some of my videos. I know you can't watch them all. Through his videos, I found a lot of inspiration there to do the YouTube thing, right? I was already crafting and doing some other things, and I've been gaming with my kids. We actually created our own game over about the last 8 to 10 years. Been doing the miniature gaming thing for a long time. Been doing miniature gaming for decades, about almost 4 decades actually. But the DM Scotty videos really opened my eyes to how awesome the whole YouTube channel thing is, in communicating ideas to people and feeding off one another with these different cool concepts in miniature gaming and how you can craft all this stuff. And for the longest time, I thought you had to buy all this stuff. And I mean, save a few things. I knew how to craft some stuff, right? But, you know, and I never really understood terrain a whole lot. I mean, I got into it some, but man, when I started seeing those videos, and he has hundreds of videos. So I'll put a link below for the DM Scotty Facebook group. You definitely need to check that out. 99% of my videos should be a lot more crafting, a whole lot less talking. So please leave a comment below. Please share one of my crafting videos that you like. Please give me a thumbs up if you got anything out of this. And please subscribe. I really do want to hit the 100 subscriber mark. But besides that, I mean, really, that's not what this is about. This is about communicating. This is about sharing ideas. So I really want to hear some of your ideas. I really want to hear what you guys think about what I'm doing. That's really why I'm doing this. Thanks a lot for enduring this torment. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.